Yeah, you actually recording this time?
Shut the hell up. It is recording.
Should I give it 25 seconds and talk slowly through this intro to make sure it actually stays?
Man, this is never going to be lived down. Ever.
Hey, everyone, I just got done crying because Jacob said something terrible and great. And also, we just lost a full episode of the best Christmas special y'all would have ever seen or listened to.
It's pretty much what Tenacious D did with the song Tribute, where they sing a tribute to the greatest song in the world, but it's just a tribute. It's not actually the greatest song in the world. It's just a tribute to the greatest song in the world. This is pretty much what that episode is. This is a tribute to that episode, but it's because now it doesn't exist.
No one has any idea. We did the same fuck up when we were trying to eat the Hostess treats and we ran out of storage. Like I told you we would. I mean, we didn't run out of storage here, but the stopping in the recording and then us coming back being like, "Oh man, we can't describe what just happened. It was too great. We ate Hostess treats."
Yeah, so basically, we were recording this Christmas special, and at some point, well, we know exactly when, 25 seconds into the recording, it just stopped recording for whatever reason, and I didn't notice it. I don't know how, because there's a little red dot at the bottom of my screen that says we're live, or not live, but recording. And I noticed it way too late. So here we are.
We're professionals. Oh,
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, I guess.
Merry
All of our small
Christmas.
talk doesn't matter anymore. Hang on, I gotta find the fucking switch again. I was sitting in a certain position that had it. We're wearing Christmas sweaters. I don't care anymore. Here's mine. It's got
Yay!
lights. That's pretty
Christmas.
cool.
Christmas sweaters.
I did a whole bit where I sat in the dark and then I turned this thing on as my intro,
And it
and now
was
I can't do that anymore.
it was actual nightmare fuel too, to be honest, because I didn't even know what was going to happen until he did it.
And then I played Duel of the Fates.
It scared the shit out of me.
That was pretty great. Okay, that's enough of this. Now I can't turn it off. There we go. That's enough. We're done. All right. It's been a great podcast. Now, originally the idea was we both took like a week and a half to prepare. We were going to. I had this whole thing about seeing Barbie and how we need to dismantle the patriarchy and how Santa Claus is the bane of patriarchy with keeping Mrs. Claus around only to bone and make more elves and just completely ruining the holiday in general. So we decided to take that extra time and create our own Christmas mascots.
To
And they were
replace
so
Santa.
good.
Yeah.
I had a non-binary chinchilla named Checkers who
Do you
had
want me
this
to do you want me to
awesome
pull the
bag.
images of them up? I can still show them.
I don't care.
So this
We're not
was
talking about them, so it doesn't matter.
if you want to see, I'll pull them up real quick. This is Checkers the chinchilla, the gift
In
giving
all their
chinchilla.
beautiful glory.
Yeah, and then this is Kringlegeist, the children eating Santa Claus impersonator. But he doesn't
had-
discriminate. He eats all the kids, good or bad. Doesn't give a shit.
They had a sick battle, and we decided to make a movie out of it. We filmed the whole movie, and then we got back and started up this podcast, and all the movie files were removed, all that footage. Seth Rogen took down his tweet that he was going to help us make the movie, all that we had a discussion about. Oh my god, dude. It's all lost, but guess what? Now that we're back into it, we're going to do this thing live,
Yeah,
sort of.
kind of
Off the,
pre-recorded,
off the
but
cuff.
off the cuff. Yeah,
Off the cuff, completely not on brand for us.
just riffing.
Yeah,
Like
so
we
we're
don't do that
gonna
ever.
we, the two of us here today, are going to create our own Christmas mascot, but we're doing it collectively. So take it away, man. I'm done talking. I've had it.
Look, man, I've had it just as much as you. Okay, I was here as well when it stopped recording. I also did mine in like 30 minutes, so I guess I wasn't out nearly as much as you were, but still, that did suck. That sucked a lot. But okay, so first things first, are we gonna go with the wholesome mascot, or are we gonna go with the really fucked up, twisted, demented mascot like I did?
Can we meet in the middle on that? Can we just take what we had and just completely meet on the middle and have just a total normal person?
His name is just Bob, and he works at a law firm or some shit, and he hates his life, but he likes to do the best he can for the kids in his neighborhood. So he goes and gives like free pens to them or something.
Yep, he works at a soup kitchen on weekends. Donates to charity when he can, not excessively, not just completely not doing it ever.
Yeah. He has his own kids who he loves a lot, but he doesn't get to spend too much time with them because he's always working.
Yeah, he works a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Puts his kids through school. He's barely getting by. Not living paycheck to paycheck, but like is struggling to put enough away for his kids to go to college.
Yeah.
And
Merry
somehow
Christmas.
it's Christmas themed. We've done it.
That's it. Merry Christmas. That's it. That's the end of the. That's our mascot for Christmas.
Jeez.
Okay.
All
How
right.
about?
Is there a creature that embodies Christmas and the spirit of Christmas better than a chinchilla or whatever the Pringles man is? Maybe the Pringles guy could be the mascot for Christmas. Who fucking knows?
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu is more of a dark eldritch vibe than a giving gifts to children vibe.
Nah, dude, just slap a hat on him. A Christmas Santa Claus hat. It pretty much fits the bill.
Okay, maybe the ideas will character will form when we establish what we want in this character.
We could also combine our other lost video that we never released, the Burger King episode, and the Burger King man, the Burger King himself can be the new Christmas mascot. Instead of a crown, he's got a fucking Santa hat on, and he delivers burgers to all the kids.
What does he do for the vegan and vegetarian kids?
He gives them the Impossible
Impossible.
Burger. Duh. Yeah. Duh.
I wonder why they're not called Impossible Nuggets, because there's no possible way those are nuggets at the price that they are.
It's not real chicken anyway. It's just...
None of it is.
Even the McDonald's ones, it's all like gray paste that they add water to and they form into a chicken nugget. Fucking bacon.
It's gotten to the point...
Like that SpongeBob episode.
Yeah, exactly. It's gotten to the point where it's not only the chicken nuggets you're getting aren't real, but the chickens themselves. Any chicken you see out at a farm, those aren't real.
Mechanical. They're robots.
I was gonna say they're masses of like blobby flesh that have just been stuffed with every GMO you can possibly imagine and somehow can walk.
Whoa, hold on now. Now you're just describing me.
No, those are microplastics, not GMOs.
Speaking of microplastics, I've got some gummy bears here.
Hell yeah. Ooh, a gummy bear that goes... Everyone loves gummy bears except sugar-free because they make you poo. Like water.
Dude, I fuck with gummy bears, dude.
We can keep the colors. It can be red and green.
Yeah.
And then for the colorblind people, they just see a brown gummy bear walking around.
Nah. It's half green, half red. But it's because Santa Claus, before he died, he split two of them in half and stuck them together and then infused his Santa magic into it.
Bro, this is a good backstory, actually. Okay, let's riff on this. So, Santa, the day... Like, he's supposed to go out and start delivering these presents to kids all around the world. Same fucking round-the-clock work he always does, checking his list.
I already know where you're going.
And he's sitting there, like, ripping up gummy bears, and he's playing with them. He's like, oh, I got a thing I got to attend to. There's a factory fire happening because one of the elves fucked up and he can't reach the fire extinguisher.
He dropped his joint or something in one of the vats of, like, paint thinner or some shit and blew up the factory.
Yeah, one of the elves was on their smoke break outside and accidentally tossed it into a canister of methylamine or some shit like that and blew up the factory. But before everything could be destroyed, Santa goes in there and he, with his magic, goes out with a heroic bang and he's scooping up all the elves that he can to get them out the building before they die. But tragically, he gets blown back and this concussive wave actually blows the magic out of him and it dusts all over his fucking desk along with his brains where his gummy bear was. And that little thing he stuck together became a dual personality icon.
Would the gummy bear grow to be as big as Santa Claus, or is it just staying as a gummy bear?
It's probably going to stay as a gummy bear. I mean, it's got Santa's magic, so I'm picturing something
this big.
Yeah.
God damn.
You think Santa could carry around that fucking sack? Like, that's... And you just ate Santa. I
Sorry.
hope you feel better about yourself.
I'm actually not sorry. It's delicious.
But I'm picturing, like, Swamp Thing. I don't know if you know his origin, but Swamp Thing is basically a compilation of these planetarian worms that have feasted on a dude's carcass and gained his memories and whatnot. So it's a just a mass of growth that's trying to figure out how to become sentient and how to reconstruct itself. It's the embodiment of Santa, but in a gummy bear that he tried to put together.
I fuck with that. I fuck with that.
Yeah,
What happens if it like mutates or some shit? Or does it also, is it still food? So will it like get moldy and shit? Or like,
I think so.
so by the next Christmas, it's going to be covered in mold and either that or it's going to be rock solid, not going to be able to move. Just
Oh, I would
hard as fuck.
imagine. I would imagine in a year's time, it will have figured out. Oh man, I am food and I am not feeling well. My expiration date's coming up, and it would try to recreate the same disaster that made it to begin with.
So it's just going to blow up the North Pole factory like every year after they rebuild it.
Or what if what if every like day that goes by that this gummy bear's a thing, he's just waiting like, man, I really fucking hope one of these kids wishes for a cloning chamber. Otherwise, I'm fucked. I don't. Do you think the elves know how to make every possible thing, or do they like get instructions upon request?
I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I think that the elves would probably have like knowledge of all that stuff because they've got to also keep up with the times. So I think their advancement is like a year before our own, you know, so they have time to make everything that happens
Yeah.
within that year, you know.
Imagine you're trying to fill orders because that's a lot of work to do in just a single night. Imagine you're trying to get all these orders filled in like at the beginning of the year because they're definitely working throughout the year on this, and some new toy comes in and every kid wants it, and you're like, fuck, and you gotta scrap everything and restart. The Tickle Me Elmo doll comes out and all the elves are like, what am I supposed to do? I thought kids wanted these wooden trains and shit.
Dude, I got lucky when I was a kid with the Tickle Me Elmos.
Okay, you can't say a sentence like that.
I mean it, dude. I managed to get 3 of them that year. And I don't know how because you're probably way too young to even know what the fuck the deal was, but the Tickle Me Elmos were like,
I know what they are.
they were hot. All right, they were fucking. I'm getting really weird with this fucking
You're
phrasing.
getting
Sorry.
so weird with it.
Okay, so they're basically just as bad as the Furby. Hang on. The demand for the Tickle Me Elmo toy was very high, okay? And it was very difficult to obtain Tickle Me Elmo, okay? And somehow
You were demanding.
that year I obtained 3 of them as gifts. I don't know how. I mean, at the time I didn't know what the fuck the deal was. I didn't know how important that was or how hard that was to do. But my mom sure as fuck was. She's like, I don't know how we managed to get 3 of these for you, and they were from like 3 different people. They weren't just my mom. My mom ended up getting me 1, I think. And then 2 different people ended up getting me 1 as well. And we could have sold them for thousands of dollars.
Jesus. Well, I don't understand what the deal is with the Tickle Me Elmo. Like,
Well, they're not as popular anymore, obviously, because there's way cooler shit now, but at the time they were like the big thing. I don't know. Same with like
that's crazy.
Same with like Furbies, and there was another one that was like huge. The
LOL dolls were pretty big a couple of years back.
no, I'm thinking like the eye dogs, those little robot robo dogs or whatever. Those things were fucking massive, dude. I think I had one of those, but it was like it was a couple of years after they were big, or maybe a year after they got big.
I had a cousin that had the black Sam Raimi suit Spider-Man skin on the dog.
Hell yeah, that's awesome as fuck.
That was cool as shit. He also had like a talking Jar Jar Binks statue, and that seemed like an important thing, but I don't know. I thought it was weird.
I dressed up as Jar Jar Binks for Halloween one year when I was a kid.
Can Jar Jar Binks be The new Santa?
Yeah. But the Sith Lord version of him, though.
Yeah.
Has to be. I actually dressed up as Darth Maul one year as well. For Halloween.
I can see it.
Beard
and all?
Dude, I love Darth Maul. No, I was a fucking child.
Oh,
I didn't have a beard. Dude, I couldn't grow a beard to save my life growing up.
I forgot that kids exist before adults. I'm just in a constant state of adulthood. My therapist says it's unhealthy for me to forget about my childhood.
Could your therapist be the new Santa Claus?
The new Christmas mascot is just a therapist that goes around and is like talking to parents about how the economy does suck. Why don't you tell me about it? I want to hear about like how bad it is that you can't afford Christmas presents for your kid. Let's talk through this. and that's it.
Jesus Christ.
They just have one of those like therapy offices have that couch that's in every movie about therapy ever.
Yeah.
You just that's under every Christmas tree every year. The whole family pulls up on it and they just talk it through.
It only manifests for that day and then it disappears.
Yeah.
Instead of Santa going down the chimney, it's just that chair.
Ooh, what if you were so there's the naughty nice criteria on the list and you get your gift dependent on where you're at on that scale. What if you're like, okay, I was good, I was barely hanging on, like you got a C- in being good. And then you're like, okay, I'm done. The year's over, I got my toy, I did it. And then you slip into that D territory. And the elves come back and they're like, you've lost it. And they take your toy back. That'd be so great. Maybe that's what happened to my Spider-Man action figure that I loved so much as a kid.
What you're saying is there's no black and white with this. It's not a naughty or nice list. It's a spectrum. It's a spectrum list of being good.
Yeah.
Nah, I like the naughty or nice.
I think so. I imagine the best behaved kids get the best gifts, right? And the worst ones get, they say cold, but I would imagine you can get worse. Parents hand you the divorce papers so you can read them. That's usually pretty rough.
You just put a lump of like reindeer shit in your stocking or something like that.
Yeah.
Like still soggy.
Put a broom in your hand because you have to clean up after Santa after he fell down the chimney and stumbled out the front door drunk.
As fuck. Yeah. Can we just recreate Santa and have him be just a complete total lowlife piece of shit? And
there's tons of movies on that. Have you ever had to put anything other than milk and cookies out for Santa?
I put cheese out once.
The Santa mouse is gonna come out of the little hole in the wall.
Dude, when I found out that Santa wasn't real, I realized how much my dad like really loved the fact that I put cheese out because we love cheese, man. We fuck with cheese heavy in our family. And he was probably pumped. He was like, "Oh, hell yeah, we got some cheeses." Not that he didn't like cookies, but change it up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, one of my biggest speculations that Santa wasn't real was when my mom's boyfriend asked me to put out beer for Santa.
Oh, no.
I shit you not. I was like, wow, wait, really? That didn't seem right. I'm pretty sure that the equation is milk and cookies. He's like, oh, no, Santa will appreciate this one. Just leave one out for him.
I am super surprised, at least that I don't remember anyway, that my dad did not say that at some point or another. Because that definitely sounds like something my dad would say. Yeah. That sounds like completely his level of stupid humor. He would definitely say some shit like that.
All right, Jakey, make sure you get up on the roof and near the chimney pour one down for Santa.
Make sure you put out a bush light next to the cookies.
Make sure you put out an old Milwaukee and a Ford F-150 ornament on the tree for him.
Okay, so speaking of finding out Santa wasn't real, how did you find out? Do you remember?
That was kind of it. There were pieces I was putting together. One of the most terrifying things that ever happened to me was, like, as a kid, I would obviously go and try to, like, see Santa or see the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
And so I'm like not quite asleep yet, and I keep like getting up from my bed and just going like a foot over to look through the doorway to look downstairs towards the Christmas tree. And I saw someone uh, putting out presents, and I didn't know exactly who it was. But then I made eye contact because it was like darker. All you could see was the shadow from the Christmas lights on the tree. But I made eye contact because they turned around, and I was like, "Oh shit, Santa spotted me!" So I darted back, and then a second, the bedroom door just slammed shut as hard as it could. I almost pissed my pants. That that was a good. That should have been a good indication that Santa's not real. But I do know for a fact that besides all these little like breadcrumb trails, my dad eventually was like, he pulled me to the side and he's like, "Hey, you're old enough now, but your brother's not, so don't tell him. But Santa's not real." I'm like, "Oh, word?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's me, bro.
Oh, word?
I'm him."
It me.
And that was just how I knew. I was probably like, God, I was older. I was probably like close to 13, maybe 12.
Yeah, it's probably around the age I was, maybe a little younger, but I was pretty young. But I remember, so it was like the year before. My mom thought it would be a funny idea to like get really obscure pictures or whatever of Santa, like putting Christmas presents and shit under the tree. So she got like a fucking film camera and like one of those disposable ones and took some pictures of my dad, but obviously in very obscure angles and shit. And
Yeah.
he used his army boots and shit to like
Oh,
put like snow and stuff on the fireplace that we had, and like make
that's kind of cute.
like boot prints and shit that go up to the chimney or whatever. And I didn't make that connection, the boot connection, because I wasn't looking at his fucking boots. I was more occupied with the fact that Santa was in my fucking house and I was pumped about it. Well, the year after that, after I'd seen the pictures and shit she showed me, I was fucking pumped. I found like we have evidence that Santa's fucking real and shit. I am here for it, you know. Well, the next year, our laundry stuff, like our washer dryer, was out in the garage. So I went out to do some laundry or something like that, and I look over and I see a box sitting up on one of the shelves in the garage that's labeled Santa suit.
Oh,
So I went over there and I opened it, and it was the same fucking suit and fake beard and shit in the box as the pictures that I seen last year. That's how I found out. I was pissed. Dude, I walked back in there. I was like, why is there a Santa suit in the garage that looks just like those pictures you showed me?
you see that and you walk in the house and you're like, "Mom, why are you letting Santa get changed in our house?"
Don't you think Mrs. Claus would find that a little bit suspicious? Don't you think that's a little sus, Mom?
Hey, there's that song, "I Caught Mommy Kissing Santa Claus." That's a really fucked up song if you don't know that Santa's not real. I don't know if you've heard that, but like I hear enough of it on the radio every now and again. It's like, man, if I was a child, like, does that mean it's just expected behavior that mom's gonna cheat on dad with Santa?
Yeah.
And dad's supposed to sit there and watch? Dad's supposed to be the cuck? While Santa's real and mom?
Hell yeah. I mean, I guess, dude. A lot of Christmas songs are kind of fucked up, though. Like, I mean, Rudolph is fucked up because they're just, like, picking on him the whole time, and then they're just, like, gaslighting him at the end. Like, no, we weren't picking on you. It was just in good fun. You're the best one. We've got a fucking cool nose and shit. You helped us a lot. Nah, bitch, you were just fucking with me for, like, the first 5 verses of the song. What do you mean?
That's the heroic part, though. Is he supposed to forgive, like the little red hen? If you read that story,
Dude, I would have beat all their asses.
that still bothers me today. Reading that story when it, like, she lets them all, like, she asks for their help and none of them want to help and they're all mean about it. And then when the bread is done, everyone's like, "Wow, that smells pretty lit. Can I snag a bite?" "Yeah, sure. Come on in."
Hell
Fuck
no.
you.
Hell no, dude.
The little red hen is Mrs. Claus in this new universe we've created.
Okay, so
That's probably how that happened. She was like, she told Santa Claus, like, "Hey, no, you didn't help me bake the cookies. Go find some yourself." And he's like, "Fuck it. I'm going to tell every household ever that they have to put out cookies for me then."
Okay,
I'll
so
get my cookies, woman.
what are we landing on for our Santa Claus figure then?
I don't know, man. I still like the gummy bear. That gives a good
Okay,
story.
so we got gummy bear for Santa. What are we gonna do for the elves? Let's switch the elves up. What?
Me.
Just like thousands of you.
Listen, I have to tell you something, man. I took this night gig up in the North Pole.
Hopefully, it's not at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Oof.
Horror.
So we got gummy bear for Santa. We have thousands of little Peytons as elves.
No, we gotta figure out something that's good for that. Maybe it's not the guy who plays them, but Tyrion Lannister. A bunch of photocopies of Tyrion Lannister.
What the fuck? No,
You
we
know
gotta
Game of
think.
Thrones?
I've never watched Game of Thrones, but I know who you're talking about.
They don't have to be short to be an elf. They just have to be like
No,
crafty.
they're all Lord of the
Understand.
Rings. They're all Lord of the Rings elves.
Yeah, they're just like 6 feet tall,
Yeah,
7 feet tall.
yeah, but they're working for a gummy bear.
They can create some pretty dope ass weapons. So I mean,
Or we can just take the Lord of the Rings dwarves instead, because they are like tinkers and toy makers and shit like that. The Lord of the Rings dwarves are
they
in place
never
of
get
the elves.
any. Oh no, I'm thinking of hobbits. I was gonna say the hobbits would never get any work done because they're always eaten. I feel
No.
like the dwarves are kind of that same way.
No, dwarves are like really big into creating and tinkering and shit like that. So they could definitely be
That's
elves.
that's true. And they're sitting there with that scene where they're all around that forge hitting the hammer like one at a time in a
Yeah. Yeah.
clockwork.
Tink 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 tink. Yeah. I love that shit.
I could probably vibe with that.
I fuck with that a
They're
lot.
just a bunch of mountain trolls from Lord of the Rings.
Yikes. Okay, so all right, now let's do gummy bear for Santa. Dwarves from Lord of the Rings as the elves. What's the reindeer gonna be replaced with? I say
Steve
bears.
Buscemi.
Bears.
Oh,
Same
we
exact.
need an actual animal.
Same with like all the same names, same concept, same amount, and even one with a red nose, but they're all bears instead of reindeers.
What breed of bear would they be? Would they
Grizzlies,
be like brown bears,
just straight
black
up
bear,
fucking
grizzly?
big ass grizzly bears. Why not? Flying
The
through the
bears?
sky.
They're just the bears from We Bare Bears, that Cartoon Network show.
No, they're the bears from Adventure Time that are partying inside the monster's belly, and Party Pat is Rudolph.
I was hoping you were talking about the bear that is the imposter as Finn, and Finn's the only one not in on the joke.
No,
Just in there.
the party bears and Cubby and all them, and Party Pat is Rudolph.
Those MFs can't drive. They're always partying.
I know they're always drunk as
They-
fuck, but
They couldn't pull a sleigh.
that'd be funny as hell though. Ah, the deer instead of reindeer, the deer that takes his fucking hooves off and just.
Oh fuck no, that's Krampus.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. That's fair. You got me on that one.
What's all the oxen that survived the Oregon Trail? Those MFs know how to pull a cart.
Flying
Those
oxen.
are
Holy
those
shit.
are gonna be those are gonna be the new reindeer.
Okay, flying oxen, reindeer, dwarf toy makers, gummy bear, Santa. Mrs. Claus is exactly the same because I just want to picture her going to sleep every night with a gummy bear next to her. That would be funny as hell.
Mrs. Claus is Ronald Reagan from the Land of Confusion music video.
What the fuck? What kind of left field ass bullshit was that response?
Have you seen that video by
Yes.
Disturbed?
Yes.
That shit gave me nightmares as a child.
Have you seen the fucking the Phil Collins music video for it, the original?
No, I don't think I have.
Go watch the original music video. It's also fucking nightmare fuel.
God dang, I might have to.
It's like,
Do I have any?
as a matter of fact, I think it's probably creepier than the Disturbed one. It's fucking wild, man. Yeah, go watch the original music video. That shit's fucking terrifying.
All right. Who are there other characters involved? Are gingerbread men getting replaced with some other kind of
No,
delicacy?
no. Snails. Like escargot, like in France. Just
Uh,
it's just a
are
Christmas
they at
tradition
least
now. Sorry.
are they at least like some kind of dessert?
Nope.
Nope, just escargot.
Just escargot.
Just snails.
Yep.
Fuck, man, I would hate this Christmas. I'd be like, oh my god, really, Christmas? Or I mean, I'm already kind of like that. As
Gotta
soon
eat
as
snails now.
the radio starts playing.
Jack Frost.
Is he a Christmas character?
Yeah. He's the one that goes and like blows all the ice on the windows and shit and makes the ice all cover in the windows and all that shit.
We replace him with whatever his counterpart would be, like Flame Princess. No, he's Little Nicky. Little Nicky, the Adam Sandler movie.
Little Nicky. No, he's the dude that gets the tits on his head from Little Nicky.
Oh my god.
I forget what his name was in the movie, but yeah.
I'm forgetting it too.
That's who Jack Frost is. He just goes and presses his head tits against the window and they're frosty.
Oh my, that's fucking gross.
And then his head nipples get hard.
Stop. Is there anyone with cool ice properties besides Jack Frost?
Iceman from X-Men.
He comes out of the comic book every year.
No, I'm talking about the one from the movies. He just like comes out of the movies, removes himself from the film. It gets retconned for a month, and then he goes back into the movies. So if you watch those movies during the month of December, he's not in them.
You're trying to watch Days of Future Past, and you're like, didn't that guy die at this moment?
Nope.
Just a different director's cut that I'm watching.
No, just the Jack Frost cut.
No, he's just escaped, and he's currently icing over your windows.
Oh, we could replace him with iced tea.
Vanilla Ice.
Ice Cube.
Yes, Ice Cube. Ice Cube comes in and he just lifts his hand and he goes, fuck the police, and then the whole house is covered in ice. You can't get out.
Instead of spitting fire, he's spitting ice. Just straight up cold.
You ask, are we there yet? 3 times, and he appears in the backseat of your car.
And then he freezes over your windows and you crash into something.
And your whole family dies.
Dude, Jack Frost's origin story just got really fucked up.
Oh, that'd be great, though.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, Ice Cube has to be Jack Frost.
All right, bet.
The Abominable Snowman?
Sasquatch. It's the same thing, but he's not snowy.
It's just the Michelin Man, but he wears the abominable suit.
Oh my god, the Michelin Man?
Yeah.
Dude.
It's the Michelin Man, but he rips your tires off your cars and eats them. Instead of being like in the commercials when there's a heavy rainstorm and he goes, shoof, shoof, he repairs your car.
I would pick either the Michelin Man or Grimace. No in between. Or both. There's 2 of them.
Grimace delivers the Grimace shake.
No, he hoards all the Grimace shakes in his Sasquatch lair. His Abominable Snowman lair.
Do you know how well, not Walmart, my god, I've got them on the brain, how well McDonald's would profit if every year they started catering to children, being like, hey, you have to leave out a Grimace shake for Santa.
I still have not even tried a Grimace shake. What's the hype? Is it?
I don't know. I just remember seeing like people taking before and after pictures, and it would be like some mangled body or something really horrible happens if you drink Grimace shake, because it's actually like his body essence or something.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't understand the hype. I was always a kid that loved Shamrock Shake and tried some when I was like 20 again. It was awful.
I don't think I've ever had a Shamrock Shake either.
McDonald's does not have the greatest milkshakes, but man, this thing was just solid syrup with maybe ice cream on the top, and it was like drinking toothpaste. It was bad.
I'm just not a big milkshake person, so I have not ventured out into the world of McDonald's shakes. I've never had a desire to. So okay, so the Michelin Man for the Abominable Snowman. Instead of leaving milk and cookies, you have to leave
Grimace shake.
a Grimace Shake and escargot.
I hate the sound of that so
The,
much.
the gummy bear replaces Santa Claus. Mrs. Claus is exactly the same. Rudolph is. Who did we decide? Rudolph.
We didn't decide on Rudolph. We decided that
The reindeer. Who are the reindeer?
the reindeer are all the oxen that survived the Oregon Trail, specifically those.
Jack Frost is Ice Cube,
Yeah.
and the elves are dwarves from The Lord of the Rings.
I think we've got a really, really good movie here.
This is a solid Christmas
Almost
movie.
better than the original plan we had. Also, are we still recording? Please tell me
Yes,
we are.
we're still recording.
Oh, thank God. I can't run through this a third time.
I wouldn't. I'd just be like, Christmas is not coming this year. Sorry.
There is no Christmas episode.
The
The whole week is just blank.
year without a Santa Claus bullshit right now. It ain't happening.
We go straight into the New Year's special episode where we're talking about our resolutions and how our resolution for next Christmas is to actually have content.
But this year, we'll do it the same exact thing we had this year, but we've got a whole year to plan for it.
Yeah, and it doesn't work out still. We try to record it every day.
The Christmas episode is just cursed to fail every single time.
Yeah, probably.
Just cursed to fail every time. Except for this time, because we're still going, so... I mean, I'd say that's a 75% win, I guess.
I'm still mad. I was crying laughing before we started this recording.
It was a great... Dude, that whole episode was awesome, and I wish y'all could have seen it.
You know, if you want to see more content like that, over to the Patreon, donate.
Dude,
That's the only way you can access it.
If we start a Patreon and y'all actually donate to it, I will re-record that episode.
But we'd have to act.
That's fine. We'll do it for the
We're
money.
not good at acting.
That's bullshit. We made a whole movie and it was great. It's the best movie that's ever been put out. The Pizza Verse, by the way, if you want to go watch it on the Cosmic Pizza.
You have to leave out a cosmic pizza for Santa. You have to go through everything that our characters went through to get that pizza and put it out for Santa.
If you want to know how the Cosmic Pizza is made so you don't get shafted by Santa Claus, you're just going to have to go watch the Pizza Verse and figure out how it was made.
So you don't get Santa's shaft on Christmas morning.
Oh, there's no pizza? Well, I got a shaft.
Bend over, little Johnny.
Whoa. Jesus Christ. Oh, man, we went from inappropriate talking about Tickle Me Elmos to inappropriate talking about Santa Claus shafting people.
It's full circle.
Oh, my God.
We never do this. This is something new for us, you know? We've never talked about anything inappropriate before, anything that violates YouTube's terms and services.
We did have to put an age restriction on the Pizza Verse, though.
Yeah, it needed it, though.
It needed it, and I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we got that age restriction.
Are there any other Christmas things we should discuss? I feel like this episode's winding down.
Instead of Yule logs, what were we doing?
It's an actual wooden log that burns for several days, right?
Yeah, but I was meaning
I
was meaning the treat, but yeah, we could do a real one too.
Okay, well, it's just because I've recently heard about this poop log that's an actual thing in parts of Spain.
Yikes.
Yeah, like you feed this log treats, and I don't remember the Spanish name for it, but it's a poop log that you feed whatever treats and you decorate it, and the better you take care of it like a pet, and based on how well you take care of it, that's what equates to your presents, your
That
gifts.
that's not a thing that I'll ever be doing. Sorry, Spain.
Hey, you don't you might have Wendy's on Christmas Eve. You may be forced to have a poop log with you on Christmas Day.
About to go force out this Yule log real hard.
What's the
Okay,
treat? Isn't it like a mass of
it's literally just
chocolate
it's like
and
a Swiss roll. It's literally just a Swiss
oh,
roll.
Little Debbie herself? You have to eat Little Debbie.
We didn't do that episode on Cosmic Pizza. We only did Hostess.
I wish we could have gone through the Little Debbie treats, but man,
We still can, but we'll have to do it on a podcast episode. And
yeah,
it'll
that's
just
gonna
be the
hurt.
two of us.
Yule log, huh?
Either that or what's another Christmas thing, like traditional food? Fruitcake. What would we replace fruitcake with? Literally anything would be better than fruitcake.
Vegetable cake.
Okay, I take that back. Not
It's
everything
it's
would be
just
better than
a it's just a
fruitcake.
black it's just a black bean burger.
Oh god. Oh, meatloaf.
Oh, the rapper?
No.
We got Meatloaf and Ice Cube up in here.
No, meatloaf is a rock band, dude. He's from
Wait, is there? I thought.
he's
Am
a
I?
he's in a rock band.
Oh, fuck me. Whoops. Who am I thinking of? I'm probably thinking of someone.
Meatloaf is the and I would do anything for love. I'd run right into hell and back. That's Meatloaf.
Yeah.
You're thinking
Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That's who we're replacing the Yule log with.
of. I'm here for it.
Man, I don't know traditional Christmas foods because we'll have like either ham or like
Ham is a
usually
traditional
we'll
Christmas food.
usually we'll get pizza or something, but like candy canes is the only thing that comes to my mind. What's
Candy
something else
canes.
you can lick and turn into a weapon? Hang on a minute.
Santa's shaft.
God damn it. Yes.
Oh my god, why did I say that? Why did you say that?
Hey, that
Oh,
was all
man.
on you.
He
We're just
said,
putting pieces together.
what else can you lick and turn into a weapon?
I was,
Oh no, dude. Oh,
candy cans are so cool and so versatile.
I love candy canes. Dude,
I
they
like the
put
fruit flavored ones.
no, the standard peppermint ones are the best. The OGs.
No.
I love them so much, dude. They put up a bunch of them on our Christmas tree, and over half of them are gone now because I've just been eating them.
Nothing's better than like if you have a day in class where y'all are celebrating Christmas right before break and your teacher brings out a bowl of candy canes and they're all just mashed to bits. There's nothing more defeating than getting a candy cane and it's broken.
Yeah, especially as a kid, dude. That shit sucked.
Yeah, that was like finding like a heads down penny. You were just fucked for the rest of the day. Your whole Christmas was ruined.
Dude, I found a heads up quarter the other day
Holy shit.
on the
You should
road.
buy a lottery ticket.
I seriously thought about it.
Good fortune is coming your way.
I hope so. Oh man,
We can replace stockings.
with gloves, rubber gloves.
It's the just the nitrile gloves that are just
Yeah.
the clear rubbery ones. The latex gloves.
Latex gloves hanging on a fucking chimney.
Half your Christmas is spent trying to get your gift out of this condom looking glove.
Condoms instead of gloves.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Just
you can
one
stretch
candy
those things
cane.
out and fit so much in them.
Oh, I was just gonna put a single candy cane in it.
No, you gotta. That's the best thing about stockings is like stocking stuffers. You're always trying to push the limit of what you can fit into one of those fuckers. My introduction to my wife's family, the first Christmas we had, her dad does all these like righteous dad puns. And so because I didn't have a family stocking yet, he took one of his old fucking white socks and hung it up for me with something in it, like a pack of Sour Patch Kids or something. And he called it a socking.
I got
And
your socking right here.
inside of the socking, he had the other, like the left foot sock. So I just had a pair of his socks.
That's disgusting, but also kind of awesome.
Yeah. So condoms could replace.
That's got to be a clip. Just dead silence. So condoms.
What's the most obsolete article of clothing you could use for a stocking? I'm thinking you put up a scrunchie and you try to put something in it.
What if something that's not an article of clothing?
Well, then it's not on theme, is it?
Yeah, but the tradition is still there. You're still hanging above the fireplace, and they still stuff it with stuff, but it's just something random.
It's just like
Chicken
2-gallon
skin.
Ziploc bags.
You take the skin of a chicken, but take all the insides of it out, and you just hang it up.
It's the leftover jack-o'-lanterns from from Halloween that you've gutted, except you're just pinning them to your mantle.
It's just, and they're halfway rotted already.
You're gross. That's gross.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of just crazy shit that you could put stuff in.
Mrs. Claus.
Stop. I'm done, dude. I am losing it. Let's see.
What if we started taking these pens that I'm always playing with, and we just opened them up, and you take out the pen part with the ink, and then you have to fill up this plastic tube
with some liquid.
Yeah, you
Some
put
kind of liquid.
you put the juicy drop pop. Put that in there.
I was gonna say spit. You just give it to somebody.
I think at one point when I was younger, I actually tried to like fill up a pen tube with spit just to see like if I could do it.
What the fuck?
And it just slides down. No, that wasn't it. I don't know why I thought that was not. No, I had to do it for a COVID test. I probably would have done something stupid like that when I was younger, but yeah, for a COVID test, I had to go into school and they made you spit in a vial. That's how you had like probably as much as this little gripper on there.
We had to do that for the 23andMe tests, or the DNA sample or whatever, spit in a little tube.
Did you get it in one shot?
Fuck no, I had to go.
Sitting there with your vape pen?
Yeah.
I imagine you just sit there and go like, until you got enough built up.
Did you imagine working at the 23andMe factory or whatever, the laboratory, and they just get this thick, chunky loogie from somebody?
Oh, there's bits in it.
It was like leftover cereal or something from breakfast. And it's
That's
like
it. We hang
yellow.
loogies from the fire mantle, and you have to fill them with presents.
Oh. Oh, God. Oh, I got one. You know how, like, when you hard-boil an egg and you take the shell off of it, it's got that thin, like... thin,
yeah.
like, film on the inside of it? You just hard-boil a bunch of eggs and you take a bunch of those films and, like, sew them together with, like, fishing lines, and you just make this, like, egg, like, fleshy egg sack that you get from the fireplace.
This is getting gross.
Yeah.
Everything was fine and dandy when we were talking about Santa's shaft, and now you've just gone off the rails. Where are we at right now with this?
When do I not go off the rails, man? Come on.
All right, this has been good. This has been productive.
This is getting out of hand.
Point. We have created the ultimate. We have not only created a new Christmas mascot, but we've recast all of Christmas.
That's the title of the episode, Recasting Christmas.
Hey, that's a good one. We have Have you seen the little like the bits about the Panderverse thing going around for South Park?
No,
It's so great. They're making fun of Disney, so it's just
most people do.
uh yeah, Eric Cartman's having these dreams that he's like the CEO of Disney or whatever, and he's going around making these movies and he's saying, "Put a diverse chick in it, make it lame." And so every one of the characters in the show is being replaced by a diverse woman.
Hell yeah.
I think we've done better with diversity here.
Dude, there is so much diversity in this Christmas. Not even funny. Not even funny.
A split gummy bear has become our Santa,
Yeah,
the gift giver.
the gift giver himself. We've got a bunch of dwarves as the people making them.
And Mrs. Claus is just too good to replace.
Yeah, she's too hot.
You got to keep a few of the classics around.
Yeah. Mrs. Claus could get it. She could get it for sure.
All right, stop. Mrs. Claus is Muriel.
Eustace as Santa Claus?
Oh my god.
Courage as Rudolph?
Get me reindeer.
Stupid dog! You ruined Christmas! Ooga booga booga!
That's probably been done. He gets in the sleigh and he takes out the mask to try and get Courage to run.
Takes out the mallet and gets in a run.
Starts bashing him.
Fetch me mallet. Jesus. Alright, well, I'll go ahead and put up one last little glimpse at our what could have been Christmas mascots over our faces.
What was and what will forever be lost in the archives now.
I'll put them over our faces as our outro so you can see them. I increased the size of Kringlegeist a little bit. Kringlegeist.
Let us know.
Checkers the chinchilla.
Let us know in the comments who you would recast your Christmas characters as, or if you could create your whole own new one, what would it be? Who's gonna win in a fight between these two that you haven't heard anything about because we scrapped all that?
If we get enough comments on this video asking us to re-record that video, I'll do it.
Yeah, it'll just be like in February when we actually put something out.
We'll do it in placement of the Valentine's Day episode, because fuck a Valentine's Day. Oh, Lord. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you leave a like and all that good stuff, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Or stuff
hit
like...
us up on the socials.
Yeah, hit us up on the Instagram. It should be linked in the description of this video. And
thanks everyone for watching. Oh, sorry.
No, you're
I don't
good.
know how to do an outro yet.
You're good. I was just gonna say thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next holiday.
See y'all.
Bye.